Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Conversation with Shenila, where we explore practical ideas, leadership insights, and the involving thinking behind the PMBOK Guide 8. I'm your host, Shenila Makhani, and I'm delighted to have you joined us today. Our focus for today's conversation is one of the most fundamental and often misunderstood concepts in project management: embedded quality into processes and deliverables. For many years, quality was viewed as something checked at the end of the project. Teams would build first and inspect later. But today's projects are far more complex, fast-paced, and customer-driven. Waiting until the end to discover quality issues is simple too costly. PMBOK Guide 8 reinforces a much more proactive mindset. Quality should be intentionally designed into every activity, every decision, and every deliverable. To help us explore what this looks like in practice, I'm delighted to welcome someone who brings decades of project management, leadership, and practical experience, and our guest of previous 4 episodes, Mr. Atique Ur Rehman. So please join me in welcoming our guest. Atik, thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
joining us.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Shenila, again. Thanks.
Okay, so before we dive into the topic, Atik, I would love to start with something simple. When you hear the word quality, what's the very first thought comes to your mind? And I would like our viewers as well, if you can comment on the video too, that what comes to your mind, right, when you hear the word quality. Yeah, so Atik, over to you.
Ah, uh, Shenila, this topic is very, um, I would say I love this topic because I worked in this field for a long time. I audited around 400 to 500 companies as a third-party auditor. And most of the audits were quality audits because ISO 9000 certification I used to offer from the platform of different certification bodies. So quality, um, I grew in this subject. I would say whatever I am today is the essence of this subject. Okay, when I look at quality for different people, it's different. Normally the people think that the expensive products are quality products. Normally, it's a perception that if you pay more, that means you will get a quality product. This is the quality, but in actual, when we say quality, in terms of definition, in terms of what we believe as a quality professional, it is fitness to purpose. Anything that fits to your purpose is quality. So, if I go more detailed, so it is degree to which something consistently fulfills its intended function and meets the expectation of the stakeholder or they meet the expectation of the customer. So that is quality, we can say. But to understand quality, we have to look at it with four lenses, I would say, the quality lenses. And that will help all the professionals to understand. They can set the parameters to look into the quality from this perspective. So lenses of objectivity, lens of subjectiveness, lens of process, and lens of economy or economically, you have to look into it. When we say objective, so objective lens is actually you look it into from the perspective of the standards, right? So meeting the predefined uh, strict regulations and specification without error is quality. Okay. When we say subjective perspective or subjective lens, we talk about the experiences. So how the user personally perceives their interaction with the product, service, or environment, and that is quality. So subjectively, it's a perception of the customer, the user. When we say process lens, the process lens is consistency because that is the core. I would say, element, because you build an excellence into every single step of the process. Um, in every step in creating that product, you embed quality into it, rather than just fixing the mistakes at every end. The process is consistent. The process give you the consistent quality product. So this is very important element. And the last one is economic lens, which is value. And we have discussed in the last 3, 4 sessions about the value, that delivering the absolute best performance possible within a specific realistic price point. So the delivery of the value is quality. So when you say quality, quality is but few people think in a different perspective, but in a real fashion, or in real professional terms, we can define quality as a product or service effortlessly uh, does exactly what you need it to do. Something frictionless that happens without doing anything. Exactly what exactly you want, and it provides you that functionality. So when you need it to be done, so it's the elimination of friction. This is what I can define quality. Hope it's clear to you now.
No, that's a great perspective, Atik. And I think one challenge many organizations still face is that quality often is associated with testing teams or quality assurance departments, right? From your experience, how has the meaning of quality evolved over the years? What does quality really mean in today's project environment?
Yeah, quality, again, like the project management as a subject evolved, quality also evolved. There is a big history. The modern quality definitions are different from the old definitions that if
Absolutely.
you look into, if you go into the literature, you will find different definition. But post-World War definitions, which is actually the origin of the modern quality, it's a bit different. Scholars have done a great work in this on this subject. But if from the perspective, the topic that we have, if I relate it to the actual, from the project's perspective, so it is more on the process and deliverables. So, embed quality into process and deliverables. From this topic, you can understand that they have splitted quality into two perspectives. So, when we look into the quality, quality is quality of process and quality of deliverables. So
Hmm.
these are two major elements now we have to understand how it's broken into this distinct targets. So the principle dictates that the quality must be designed into the project from day one.
Hmm.
Uh, you have to design quality. You have, your when you start your project, I would say it starts from the concept of the project. From there till the end of the project, it should be the part of each and every process and every step that involve in the project. So these two distinct targets are quality of processes and quality of deliverables. Optimizing, when we say processes, what we are supposed to do is to optimize workflows, okay, and minimize wastage. You might have heard of the lean management.
Hmm. Hmm.
So this is what is also the quality. You minimize the wastage from your processes. Using automated testing and utilizing peer reviews of prevent defects from occurring in the first place. So this is what the quality of process requires. When we say quality of deliverables, it is like ensuring the final product, service, or result strictly meets the stakeholder expectations, or it's as per the acceptance criteria of the stakeholders. So this
Okay.
is, you can say, so it fits its intended purpose. The product that you procure, I mean, you develop or you processed and satisfy the compliance of sustainable metrics. So, I mean, this is how we have to look into the quality. So the quality is not just deliverables or the end product. Quality is more than what it used to be and it is supposed to be. And they have done, I think, consciously they have, I mean, before we used to talk about quality assurance, we used to talk about quality control. Okay, the subject is not new, but the title has broken it into two major processes. So when you are developing quality, I mean, what you call stating things in your project, so you have to think that how we can consistently provide the product through the for embedding quality into the process, and then how the product, the end product, will match with the expectation of the customer. So in both aspects, we have to look into. Uh, it's a shift. If you look into it, that it's a prevention uh, over inspection. It's a complete shift now, the quality. So you do not wait for a quality assurance department to catch mistakes. You are, because the process is involved and you are focused on the consistency in the process. So it is not the quality assurance department to catch mistakes. It is already there. The gates are there. The checks are there in the process to prevent mistakes. So inspection is diluted, I would say now. Second, very important thing, which this eighth edition is asking, is the shared ownership. It's not only the quality department or the quality manager who owns it, because it is the part of the process. So everyone who's in the process owns the subject. Now, he is supposed to be responsible and accountable for the product that passes through his table. I would say quality is a daily mindset. It is the responsibility for the whole project team, not one person. It's not a checkbox compliance anymore.
Yeah.
And I think this is it brings sustainability and economic compliance directly into the definition. I mean, this is
Okay.
what I
Okay.
feel quality
So
is all about.
great. So let's take a comment, right, from one of our audience, right? There's a comment in the audience that, and which is followed by a question actually to you, Atik. So let's take that
Mhm.
question and comment, and then we will move forward. So that Murtaza has mentioned that I really like what you said about quality being everyone's responsibility. But why do you think so many teams still struggle to adopt that mindset?
Hmm. Because mindset, uh, the reason behind is that we adopt things, but we are not convinced.
Hmm.
Uh, this is what the real struggle is all about. When I'm saying that it's the responsibility of everyone,
Hmm.
everyone, so means everyone is accountable for the bad quality.
Hmm.
Are we ready in the process to accept or being accountable for the bad quality product? Are
No
we
one.
ready for that? No. What happens that whenever something happen like that, we always point finger on someone else that you are the
Hmm.
person, you were the one, or that process was wrong.
Hmm.
I did my job, but the other person was. So the mindset, the shift of mindset is that you have to accept it organization wide, and this requires awareness, this requires practice, this requires understanding. It requires management to create the environment where the people start feeling that everyone is a part of the delivery, the quality deliverables. In agile, in adaptive environment, when we talk about empowered teams, empowered teams means that all the decisions need to be consensus based, right?
Hmm.
We develop this, and the mindset is still, I have seen in many software houses that they pretend that they have adopted agile
Yes.
methodology and they are practicing Scrum, but unfortunately, they don't know, they are not convinced about empowerment. They
Hmm.
don't empower the teams. They are not ready to give them authority to take decisions. Management is always poking nose in uh, in the sprints, in sprint plannings, in everything. They don't trust on the people. So you have to trust. But trust comes when people shows something. So it's a two-way process, but
Hmm.
management have to struggle and management have to what you call it develop that mindset,
Hmm.
promote that mindset. Then it is possible. Quality is like safety.
Hmm.
In our society, safety is nothing. Okay, we all we I mean we put everything on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If something happened, okay, God will save us. But
Yeah.
we don't believe in preventing ourselves or following the safety rules and regulations, wearing safety gears. So this is why they don't get the fruits of quality,
Hmm.
and they struggle in their teams.
Okay, so I think let's speak about, let's discuss about some of the practical element of it, right? For example, if we think about a project, right, from initiation all the way to delivery, right, where should quality begin? Planning, requirements, design, execution, reviews. Like, how would you explain the journey of quality across an entire project life cycle?
As just mentioned earlier, I just that we have to see the process lens, consistency. So when you are saying consistency means building excellence in every single process, every single step, from design concept till the end, the delivery. Even, when you are delivering the product, I feel you created a very good product. You did a very good project. Okay,
Hmm.
and everything is done excellent. You have done excellent job. But when the handing over or the commissioning time happens, when you are handing over the project to the customer, your team is not fully trained or they have not packaged the deliverables properly. Whatever the requirements are there that was supposed to be handed over, proper training, proper understanding, proper presentations. So if you will not package your delivery, it will ruin the whole project. And
Hmm.
delivery is the last aspect. So you need to look into from the beginning till end. Every aspect should be properly taken care of. And so it's not, it's every step that involves quality.
Okay. So I think if I would take some follow-up on that, processes alone don't create quality, right? But people do.
Mm,
Which brings
absolutely.
us towards the leadership, right? That many organizations have excellent processes documented, as you mentioned before, right? They have applied religiously agile to them. Yet quality still suffers, right? Why? So my question you to be might be that I would look forward to a conversation that how important is leadership in creating a culture where quality naturally becomes everybody's responsibility, not one person, a
Uh,
QA guy or a testing team, would be held accountable for that.
Commitment is the most important thing. All the standards that we read, whether it's a quality management standard, which is ISO 9000, whether it's an environmental management standard or it is energy conservation standard or ISO 27000, it
Hmm.
starts with the leadership commitment. Okay. We in the quality subject we talk about the quality policy. I remember in 90s when you we used to develop the quality management system for different companies. We used to write a big quality policy full of flowery words, and we used to paste everywhere in the organization. And not it was not ending there. And before the audit, we used to push workers even to read and learn by heart. So if the auditor would ask you, you have to speak out that what the quality means to you. That quality policy should be. So actually, it was a wrong practice. Actually, these are the word. The quality policy is a word of the management, the leadership. Okay, it shows
Hmm.
commitment. So it starts from the top management. If the management is committed to deliver the quality product, ultimately it goes down. It has a trickle down effect. It will pass on to the worker on the bottom level. That okay, with our organization believe in quality, we have to work hard, we have to deliver the quality product. So it starts, the leadership role is the most important thing. Secondly, quality is not free.
Hmm.
I mean, there is a cost of quality. The cost of quality is means that you need to invest on quality. If you cannot, I mean, if by saying that I will deliver a quality product, you won't be able to deliver a quality product. The cost of quality is there and it requires investment. So prevention cost requires investment. Means I'm saying prevention means you need to provide trainings, you need to have proper appraisal in place, you need to have a proper infrastructure. Everything should be provided. Then you can expect that the end result would be a quality product. And the
Hmm.
process that you are working on will deliver a consistent quality product. It's not one-time activity. So who provides this investment? It's the leadership that provides
Hmm.
investment. So it
Makes
comes
sense.
from the
Hmm. I think it's
leadership.
wonderful.
It is,
This is the reality
yes,
check, right? Being in the leadership position, right, at the role we should always have, right? Um, so, um,
absolutely.
so Atik, I would like to finish with something practical. So suppose someone watching today is leading projects in a busy organization with tight deadlines,
Mhm.
right? Changing priorities and limited
Mm.
resources. What practical
Okay.
advice would you give them for embedding quality without slowing down delivery? Because people always think, right, that things I develop, let's deliver it, right? When someone think to include or the process of qualities into that, right? The first impression comes out of it that it's going to slow down, right? So,
Mm.
what advice would you give them for embedding quality without slowing down the delivery?
Without slowing down the delivery quality, first of all, a proper ownership of the subject is needed from top to bottom, from
Hmm.
leadership to the worker level. Everybody believe that the quality needs to be delivered. They have to basically work on few scenarios. They have to avoid rework. I mean, that's what I believe.
Hmm.
Minimize the rework. Minimize the rework because rework is one of the key area which slows down the production process. If means that when you minimize the rework, actually you are working on the process that you are producing the product. means that you are so conscious that they will be everything according to the requirement. The process will be working aligned with the prescribed SOPs and all these things. So try to avoid rework. Um, I mean, project where major defects are found during the final handover cause massive delays.
Hmm.
So this is very important thing. You must have proper definition of done.
Yes.
Uh, this is very important from the project perspective. That explicit acceptance criteria shall be there. What you are supposed to build, what you are supposed to validate. So this is what is required. Second important thing is uh, uh, blame game. Uh, avoid blame game.
Hmm.
A scenario means that the team asserting the quality is only the job of external assurance department is wrong. What is required that everyone is the part of this quality assurance, not someone from external resources. I mean, you don't blame on others. You try to correct path with focus on fostering a shared team mindset. So where quality is integrated into daily habits and team behaviors. So if I want to have a consistent production, if I want to deliver a project with minimum delays or minimize the delays, I would try to first of all I will work on the rework. I will try to make my process very consistent, and I would have separate gates for each process. Every phase, every activity should pass through the quality gate, and the people who are working should be trained enough to check the product by themselves and uh, uh, avoid blame game. This is a
I
good
think
effect. I
makes
mean,
sense.
this
Very
is my
practical and
opinion.
makes sense. Yeah.
Yes.
So before we conclude, I would like to ask one final question to you, Atik, that if there is one mindset shift that PMBOK Guide 8 encourages regarding quality, what should every project professional remember after watching today's conversation?
Uh, what should every quality professional or the project professional should think?
Remember,
Uh,
after you can say watching today's conversation.
Proactive defect prevention.
Hmm.
Just simple. You have
Proactive
to
defect
look
prevention.
into this. You have to look into it from this perspective. That simple that you have to be proactive, defect prevention. This is I mean, for this, you might have to do the root cause analysis and you might have to continuously improve the process during the project life cycle. This is what you have to, but your role, your aim, your main jargon, I would say, for the project is that we should not wait for committing mistakes or experiencing defected products. We should have a system where we can prevent the defects. And this is the whole quality all about.
I agree, and I think I would not can't agree more to it because I think there's a cost of quality also, right? If the preventing actions are
Obviously,
not there, then as the management and the leadership, how much the cost of quality has been paid, right? Which ultimately decided could be the deciding factor whether the project was a failure or a success. Sometimes, yeah. So I
you
completely
know,
agree to it. The preventive actions
I'll
are
just
more important.
I'll, I'll share you my experience, and I always mention that I have audited more than 300 or 400 to 500 companies. I never, except one company I remember who really worked for cost of quality, and they were struggling in this area. None of the company really adopt the concept of cost of quality. Okay, because it's a payoff. What you invest, what you get. Okay. So you need to have a proper measurement system in your processes. That, okay, I'll give you an example. Let's say I want A category product. I would have to put a number of, let's say, uh, 20 quality checks in my process. If I want to have B quality product, then I would have to reduce the number of checks. So I'm compromising cost here. I would have to reduce it to 15. If I want to deliver the C quality product, I might compromise my quality checks and bring it down to 10, for example. I'm just giving you an example. So it is a payoff. You need to look into it, that what level of quality product you want to deliver, and then you come up with the ending result. So cost of quality implementation is a tough call. In practically, my experience, I have not witnessed it in the company. Theoretically, yes, it is there. Or even if the companies that are investing on it, they don't look into it from this perspective, that they have to balance what they are getting, what they are investing. They just they use their experience. Okay, we will increase the quality control or quality inspection, or we will invest on training. All these trainings, inspections, these are the investments. And new infrastructure, new technology is the investment. So everything requires certain payoff.
Yeah.
What you're getting in return should be monitored. So if the companies would stop, doing things haphazardly and become bit smart in calculating the benefit they earn against the investments in this area, it would benefit them. That's
I think I agree.
my
Can't agree
understanding.
more to it, I believe. So thank you, Atik. I truly enjoyed this conversation. One of my biggest takeaway today is that quality is not something we inspect at the end. It's something we intentionally build into every decision, every conversation, every process, and every deliverable. That's exactly the mindset PMBOK Guide 8 encourages us to embrace. And to everyone watching, I hope today's discussion inspires you to look beyond quality checklists and instead focus on creating systems, cultures, and leadership behaviors that enable quality from the very beginning. If you found this episode valuable, please like, share, and subscribe to the conversation with Shenila so you don't miss future episodes in our PMBOK Guide 8 series. Thank you once again, Atik, for sharing your insights and practical experiences with us. And thank you to our audience for being part of this conversation. Until next time, keep learning, keep leading, and keep building projects that create lasting values. I'm Sheena
Thank you,
Makhani, and
Shenila.
this, thank you so much. Atik, I'm Sheena Makhani, and this has been another episode of Conversation with Shenila. Take care, and we will see you in next episode. Bye, and take care.